All right, so both teams are just getting themselves sorted into the proper positions. And I think we might be having some much love going out to both teams here, as it does look like they are getting themselves set in LCS order for us. So now the only question remaining, we have readies from both teams, but is Cyber Owl ready?
My Hooters are always ready.
You are still extremely quiet, as we are getting on to the champion picks and ban phase here. Have to see what these two teams do decide to bring. Poppers could be a bit of a wild card here, as we haven't seen anything from him yet in the season. Annie and Zed going to be the first two champions banned away.
These bans are going by relatively quickly. We do see Annie, Zed, Vladimir, and Rek'Sai being banned out on the sides of Dreamek and Redshift, respectively. Cho'Gath being the final ban for Dreamek here. Redshift maybe looking to ban out another mid laner, not too sure. But 3 very bursty AP carries banned out from Dreamek. Sion gonna be the final ban coming out of Redshift. Gragas instantly locked in there for Dreamek. They're possibly gonna go to Sojin. Not sure where that actually might go. Maybe top lane, maybe mid lane, maybe support. We've seen him in all of them.
Yeah, I assume that it will be the jungle Gragas, because that's just where he's been the most popular of late. We mentioned it in our first game today. That game-changing ultimate that he has with the displacement. As gonna see what Redshift decides to answer with here. Crazy Fish and David Lin on the clock, waiting for their picks to come out. Oh, there's that Janna hover. We did, we were talking about how we would have liked to have seen a Janna in that first game, but we may have to wait a bit, as this could be a Nautilus and Udyr coming in. David Lin gonna be hoping to channel his inner Kikis, as he does lock in the Man-Bear Pig in that jungle.
So that's a lot of tankiness already coming out of Redshift. I'm pretty sure they're just going to be picking extremely high damage carries now from this point forward in the pick and ban phase. Sojin just flipping through champions. I'm not going to believe anything that he said unless it's a Teemo. And Popper's OP hovering over Ahri and Kog'Maw. We did see Kog'Maw do amazingly well in the hands of Bjergsen in the final against Cloud9, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a lot of people picking that AP Kog'Maw up.
Yeah, or they could be setting up that Juggermaw with that Lulu support, because we all know how much you love Lulu. But definitely keeping their options open here, and possible Maokai or Sejuani. Looks like it is going to be the Maokai.
And that Kog'Maw does get locked in, possibly a mid lane Kog'Maw, not too sure just yet. That could still go in the 80 carry role. But I will say this, Kog'Maw, once he hits level 6 and he's an AP Kog'Maw, does an absurd amount of damage, especially if your carries are very weak.
Yeah, he can do a ton of damage, but of course, if he ends up being the AD, then he still does a lot of damage from a decent range, just not quite as much. And I do feel like, I just have a feeling it's going to be the AP Kog'Maw in the mid lane. Otherwise, there's really no need to lock in the Kog'Maw that early, and if you're going for that Juggermaw, then you really do need to lock in the Lulu a lot earlier on in the team comp. So I feel like it is going to be that AP Kog'Maw, as right now Redshift is going to be hovering over the Syndra and the Callista as the AD carry. Callista Nautilus is just such a strong lane. Assuming that's what they're going to be going for, those two just pair up so well together.
I would say so as well. Wow, that Alistar instantly locked in, as well as the Draven. Alistar, pretty much the best champion against Nautilus. Not only can he negate his Anchor Toss as well as his ultimate, with his own ultimate rather, but he can just knock Callista right into his tower if anything. And apparently you have a friend in the chat.
Only Jungle Teemo are hovering over the Teemo.
Do it.
He did mention he might do it. He mentioned he might do it in our lobby chat. We'll have to see if he does actually. I did call him out. To be fair, I did call him out on the fact that he is yet to play jungle or Teemo all season. Oh, don't do it. Don't switch over to Gnar. Lock in that Teemo. Put the Nautilus in top lane.
No.
Lock in Teemo. Ah, only jungle Teemo continuing to be the biggest liar in all of Last, as he is still yet to play jungle or Teemo.
I'm upset.
So, yeah, I'm a little saddened by that too. I was really hoping. I mean, that's like our biggest chance to see the Teemo come through is on someone named only Jungle Teemo, and he just decides not to do it. So disappointed.
I am leaving. I'm gone.
Either way, we didn't really get too much of a chance to talk about the Alistar Draven lane that's going to be coming through from Dreamek. With that Kog'Maw in the mid lane, it's going to be an extremely powerful backline from Dreamek. Draven and Kog'Maw just put out so much damage. It can be pretty intimidating to see. As we are getting on over to that 3-minute delay, we can take a look at the summoner spells. We see it is actually going to be the Gragas in the top lane with Maokai jungling. So Havoc going to be taking the Gragas while Sojin gets the Maokai. Popper's going to be playing the Kog'Maw. Neko and Noob rounding out the composition with Draven and Alistar.
And on the side of Redshift, we see Crucifix on Gnar, David Lin on Udyr, I am Broadband on that Orianna in the mid lane, Josh Kuhn on Callista, and only Jungle Teemo, not on Teemo, don't care what his champion is. That's right, I'm salty as hell.
So, just looking at the team comps themselves, I feel like there's a lot of potential from Redshift's side, but it's going to require so much coordination to be able to use their CC properly. I mean, they have a ton of AoE crowd control with the Gnar ultimate, with an Orianna Shockwave, the Fates Call from Callista, and then of course Nautilus being nothing but AoE CC coming out of him. But you look over at on Dreamek side, and they have, like, their team is not going to be all that together at all times. I mean, Alistar is going to be so far ahead of the team, along with Sojin on Maokai, and then Gragas is going to be just, body slamming, throwing his weight around, doing whatever he wants, while Draven and Kog'Maw are just going to be sitting way back, away from everyone else. So it's going to be, I think, there's going to be some difficulty from Redshift getting onto that back line of Kog'Maw and Draven.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. One thing I want to point out, though, is the fact that they have so much of a front line from Redshift here, but no real dedicated engage except for Nautilus. Which, seeing that Nautilus is going to be support, he's not going to be getting tanky until relatively late into the game. So when they get into these team fights in the jungle or in the river, it's going to be definitely in favor of Dreamek, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one, but we'll have to see how it plays out. I mean, we've seen all sorts of different things happen in the season so far. Of course, this is going to be the last game of the first day of Week 5. So almost halfway through the regular season, things are really starting to shape up now. And looking at these two teams and where they stand at the moment, Dreamek is, of course, at the top of Division A with a 4-0 record. Redshift sitting right in the middle at 2-2. So Redshift, if they can pull off this victory, it's going to really shake things up in that division, as it will then put them at 3-2 and force a tie between Dreamek and Legendary Threats at the top spot. But getting on over to the loading screen, we are going to see Havoc with Gragas Esquire, Sojin playing Charred Maokai, Popper on Kog'Maw with no skin, Gladiator Draven for Neko, and Infernal Alistar for Noob.
And on the side of Redshift, we see Crazy Fish on that no skin, Nar, David Lynn on no skin, Udyr, I am Broadband on Winter Wonder, Oriana, Josh Kuhn on Blood Moon Callista, and only Jungle Teemo on Astro Nautilus.
So, just a few seconds till we get on into the Rift as soon as Noob and Havoc load in.
Remember, guys, hashtag karaoke.
Nope.
Yes.
Not happening, never going to happening. To be happening.
Oh, it is going to happen at
English is hard.
Fredericksburg, Virginia for LEC Square's live cast of the finals. Whether Bacon likes it or not.
Alright, we are getting ourselves onto the Rift. Of course, both teams decided they want to try and get that Shoutcaster love. Both of them going into the LCS order. No extra work required. Alright. Time to go back to hunting for that Bard symbol. Did you find it yet? Wait, do we have a duck? Do we have a duck? No duck.
No ducky.
Man, I don't think this ducky's shown up on any game of the season so far. He's a very shy duckling. I could have sworn I had seen that the Bard logo was up near the red buff camp or the Krug camp of red side, but I don't see it. There's a sword in the stone. We've got Excalibur right there.
That's actually pretty cool.
Welcome to
The oath gets taken. Callista lets everybody know about the oath.
You know what other oath has been taken? Karaoke between me and Greg.
Alright, so we do see the full 5-man invade from both teams, but they're
not gonna fight.
Miss each other. They completely miss each other. Although Nautilus lagging behind a little bit, but he's not gonna get spotted out by that sapling. However, all of Dreamek is going to be seen here, walking through that ward. This could be the fight. This could be it. Sapling gonna go over. It's going to spot out multiple members of Redshift. They're going for it. Oh no, they're backing off. Go for it. Go for the fight. 5v5.
Make him sad.
Level 1 5v5. Go for it. Redshift going the long way around through the turret. Come on. Come on, guys. Just takes one ability. Just set things off. No, it's gonna get caught. Here it goes. No, I thought that was gonna be it. I got so excited. I want this level 1. So close. So close.
But no cigar.
And yet, so far. So both teams gonna be getting vision of their where each side is starting. However, we do see Gragas going to be picking up that wolf camp to start his level 1. Udyr actually starting on the blue immediately, instead of starting on the ground, maybe being afraid of a jungle invade from the Maokai, which would have been really surprising because Maokai's not the strongest level 1 jungler.
Maokai's not the strongest level 1 jungler, but he's still relatively useful in the grand scheme of things. So we see the Pulverize coming out from Alistar onto only Jungle Teemo. He's taken out to have HP very early, forced to chug a pot, and actually use one of his target stacks so he's not going to have one up. Actually, no, he does still have one. He would probably use it for the large minion. However, Draven is going to be sitting very happy. The further he pushes Kalista towards her tower, the better it is going to be for Draven, because he's going to be able to roam around, help his team secure dragons. And then once he starts getting to a point where he can afford items, it's going to be really hard for Kalista to do anything to him.
Yeah, pretty much once, as long as you use your 2 Targon Spray stacks early in the first wave, you will have one up for the first cannon minion that comes through. So that's why you'll see a lot of supports just using that immediately. Nice pulverized headbutt pulverize combo there. So that's the order of it, as is actually very important. We're just going to be seeing a lot of farming going on right now. Udyr didn't go for that early level 2, the flash bear slap that we'd like to hear about.
Oh my god, Alistair just going in ham.
Yeah, being really aggressive. He's got to be careful though, he's already on the low side of mana. So, you know, while this early harass is nice, if you can't really follow it up, it's not going to do a whole lot for you. As Maokai is actually looking to make the first move out of the jungle. Oh,
and there goes the flash. Belly slam onto Crazy Fish. Crazy Fish going to be caught in a very bad spot here. He's going to be going down to Gragas for the first blood. What the hell happened there?
That was extremely strange indeed, but that was a great job by the Gragas and Maokai. Gragas getting that flash body slam out onto the Gnar, and then of course Maokai riding the Twisted Advance all the way through the hop, just keeping the Gnar locked down long enough for that first blood to come out. You see Draven actually taking advantage of the aggression from Alistar and building up a bit of a CS lead. Gnar did just use that teleport to get back to lane, so he's not going to be missing out on too much here.
That's all I'm gonna do whenever there's like a lull in the game. I'm just gonna start singing. And we see Sojin coming back for return gank in the top lane. Crazy Fish gonna be rooted up by the Twisted Advance. Havoc looking to get another kill here. Is he gonna be able to escape? Flash was burned by Crazy Fish. One more attack. Sojin picking up the kill with the arcane smash, and it looks like Josh Kuhn gonna be caught in a very bad spot here as well. Draven doing a ridiculous amount of damage to her, down to 1/3 HP. 2 more auto attacks should be able to do it. However, Neko is gonna be forced to back off. Only Jungle Timo doing quite a bit of damage there, forcing a flash as well as a heal out of Neko. Josh Kuhn still sitting on his flash, but does not have heal anymore.
Yeah, a bit of a heal bait there from Josh Kuhn. He drew Draven in. Really, Neko wanting to get that last auto attack off to get the kill, but Josh Kuhn using the heal there. Neko got caught a little bit out of position because he went for that kill, and you know, with that heal, it forced him to actually have to use an extra summoner there. So trade actually going a little bit in favor of Redshift, but they have to be careful here because that's still a lot of damage.
And there is the headbutt pulverize going out onto Josh Kuhn. This will definitely be the kill. Neko cashing in those stacks, getting a kill there in the bot lane. A flash coming out of only Jungle Timo. One more auto attack, securing the kill onto the Draven in return. However, I would say Draven definitely won out in the long run here, seeing as how he was able to cash in.
Yeah, not only was he able to cash in, but also getting the kill onto the AD carry as opposed to...
a lot of damage going out onto I Am Broadband. Poppers OP landing those arcane barrages. However, he's going to be chased down by David Lin. He might go for the dive. Is he going to go for it? No. The shield comes out for Orion to protect him from the tower shots, but Kog'Maw will be safe. In the top lane, we see Crazy Fish going against DRM Havoc. There goes the explosive cast, and that was a perfectly placed barrel there, and it's going to be DRM Havoc picking up another kill onto Crazy Fish, this time on his own. And there's the Twisted Advance as well as the auto attack coming out of Maokai onto I Am Broadband, picking up the kill. Sojin doing very well this game. David Lin gonna be caught in a very bad spot here. He's gonna bear stance to try and get away, but he gets the Chilling Smite onto him. There goes the slow from the Arcane Smash. There goes the slow from the Sapling Toss. Poppers OP looking to get one more hit in. Sojin now on a killing spree. His 3rd kill of the game so far, 6-1 in favor of Dreamek at 7 minutes in the game.
Yeah, and you don't usually think of Maokai as an early game impact jungler. He's usually much more focused on the... Maokai is usually a lot more effective in the late game, but Sojin right now, 3-0-1, just kind of breaking all conventions there on the big tree. getting himself involved in 4 of the team's 6 kills already, and picking up 3 of them. That's having some impact, I'd say. Having half of your team's kills at the 7-minute mark. Dreamek looking to continue the aggression here in this bottom lane. They are just not giving up anything to Redshift right now, being extremely aggressive.
Yeah, not surprised. Draven just does extremely well once he gets even the slightest bit ahead. He's sitting on a completed BF sword to only the Vamp Scepter out of Callista, so Callista's gonna have to be very careful not to get caught in a bad fight where Draven is just sitting behind Alistar.
Yeah, it's with that heal, especially from Alistar, along with the Relic Shield, it's just gonna be easy for Draven to sustain in that bottom lane. Meanwhile, right now, Gragas just absolutely bullying out the Gnar. Even with the Mega up, Gragas just doesn't even care, and he's still going aggressive on him.
And there goes the explosive task onto Gnar. The barrel explosion also going off. Mega Gnar form is almost up as well, and he's extremely low. He might go down. In the mid lane, we see Kog'Maw trading with Orianna. Orianna gonna be forced back to her tower, also sitting very But in the top lane, this Gragas is just completely dominating on this Gnar. In the bot lane, we see Neko trying to get the kill onto only Jungle Teemo, but he has a Callista on him as well. There goes the Draven ultimate. It's not gonna secure the kill on only Jungle Teemo. Noob trying to get the kill. However, the Fates call saving Noob for a little while there. However, saving only Jungle Teemo for a while. Noob picking up the kill there. There goes the teleport coming out of Gragas. Another kill going over to Josh Kuhn, and Sojin picks up the kill onto Josh Kuhn in that bot lane. That was a 2 for 2.
Yeah, that was really important though for Redshift. They actually came out, I'd say, ahead of that. They got the teleport out of Gragas, but getting 2 kills onto your Callista, who was already behind, is going to be really important to help her get back into the game. But the question is if it was even going to be enough, as right now, oh my goodness, Popper's looking for a kill. But that ultimate is going to not connect, and I Am Broadband is going to be able to recall. But while this is going on, David Lin actually stealing away the blue buff away from the Kog'Maw, and that could actually be really important because Kog'Maw is very mana intensive, so having that blue buff taken away is going to make his laning a little bit more difficult.
I would say Mr. Poppers is going to need a lot more penguins. Oh, we see. I'm just gonna ignore that, and we see Sojin going in for a gank in the top lane. Noob is here as well. Crazy Fish is just getting targeted this game. This time, Havoc picking up the kill there yet again in the top lane. I think the Kog'Maw wanted to pick that one up for himself, seeing as how he's on 3 assists, but I think he'll be happy just to have helped out.
Yeah, and right now what we're seeing is that Dreamek just has much better rotational and movement across the map. I mean, so many of these kills now have actually gone over with multiple assists, as they are going to be losing out on the Dragon. So great job by Redshift identifying the fact that everyone from Dreamek was up in that top lane and they could freely go in and take the Dragon away. But we saw in the bottom lane, there was the, oh, nice flash there from Neko to avoid the Fates call. But we saw, you know, Maokai rotate into the bottom with the Gragas teleport. And actually
we see a fight in the bot lane. Only Jungle Team are going to be the target here. Noob was tanking quite a bit of tower shots. Josh Kuhn in the back line. And we see Popper's OP coming in from the side. David Lin going to be finding him as well. I'm pretty sure that's not where he wants to be. He's going to be caught up by the Twisted Advance as well as the Arcane Smash. And Popper's OP is going to pick up the kill onto David Lin. A kill finally going over to Kog'Maw. He gets double buffs.
Yeah, so now having the blue buff stolen away not going to mean anything, as Kog'Maw has both blue and red underneath him. So, and again, that's what I was talking about, the rotations from Dreamek. And here it is again.
I Am Broadband going to be caught in a bad spot here. There goes the headbutt pulverize combo out of Alistar. Broadband going to be forced to run away. Popper's OP is still seeing him. There goes one more All-King Smash, and there's going to be another kill going over to Popper OP. 2 kills so far, and this AP Kog'Maw is going to get extremely destructive.
Yeah, they are just out-maneuvering Redshift at almost every turn, with the exception of that Dragon. So many of these kills have been lopsided fights. They've had, you know, 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1 we saw in the top lane, 3 versus 2. It's been constantly
9 versus 9.
just uneven fights in favor of Dreamek, and that's why they have 11 kills to the 3 from Redshift.
We see David Lin coming up to give a little support to this Gnar here. But I feel like Havoc could actually kind of 2v1 them here if Redshift are not careful. Crazy Fish eating a lot of damage there. Havoc maybe looking to get the engage here. He has the explosive cast. Is he gonna go in? He is gonna go in. That's gonna be explosive cast coming out, but it was not enough damage. Noob maybe gonna get the kill. No. Mega Gnar form coming up right at the perfect time. Ignite is ticking off on him. Noob is gonna be able to get the kill here. David Lin gonna try and chase him down. Actually, he's just gonna go ahead and back off. This support alley getting these kills. Man, he's gonna carry. He's gonna flip all those burgers. It's done.
2-1-5 for the
Poppers OP doing quite a bit of damage. I Am Broadband is eating a lot of damage there in the mid lane, but in the bot lane we see Josh Kuhn eating a ton of damage as well. Neko going to be caught up by only Jungle Teemo, and Josh Kuhn actually managing to secure the kill onto the Draven. That lifesteal doing wonders for him. And there goes I Am Broadband going down to Popper OP from the beautiful roam of Noob. And right now, this is Dreamek's game. Josh Kuhn going to be hit up with a flash twisted advance out of the Maokai as well as the Arcane Smash. Sojin picking up another kill for himself, now going unstoppable 3-0-5. Crazy Fish now in the bot lane as well after using his teleport. Is Maokai maybe going to be going down here? He's looking to try and get some damage back onto Crazy Fish, and that's going to be the shutdown. Going over to Crazy Fish onto the Maokai. David Lin going to be finding Noob there in the bot lane as he tries to roam down, but Hopper OP is here as well. David Lin maybe going to go down. I'm not too sure. That's not where you want to be. And Hopper OP doing quite a bit of damage here. There goes the Arcane Barrage, but it does miss this time. But he does get the kill. Popper OP now going on a rampage, 4-0-3. He's going to be fighting against 2 more members, and there comes Havoc. Double kill going over to Popper OP. Is he going to get the triple? Crazy Fish going to be the next target here. It is the triple kill going over to Popper OP. 6-0-3 on that AP Kog'Maw.
Wow, what did we just watch? That was absolutely crazy. There was fights on all sides of the map, and then the last fight in bottom took so long that everyone that had died in the initial fighting up on the top and the mid lane respawned and got involved in that fight as it dragged up through the river and back to the mid lane again. That was just so much ridiculous action going on there, as somebody needs to tell these teams that it's usually team fights that wins games, not just incessant 1v1s, but that seems to be what they're looking for here. It's Havoc trying to get himself in onto I Am Broadband. They're going to be moving into the enemy jungle, and this could be another big fight coming up.
Whew.
They just do not want to let you have a break, as
No, they don't.
really Dreamek being extremely aggressive with their positioning right now in the enemy jungle, and they know that they're really far ahead. I mean, they're up by 11 kills at the moment and 2 towers, so they know they have a big gold lead. They're trying to just throw their weight around and just bully Redshift all around the map.
The amount of damage coming out of Popper's OP is ridiculous at this stage. Look how low he took out only Jungle Teemo. This is going to be Dreamek getting this middle inner tower basically for free, just on the back of that AP Kog'Maw doing a ridiculous amount of damage. He rushed the Luden's Echo, so his burst is extremely high right now. Oh, and Noob is going to be finding Crazy Fish. Crazy Fish, that's not where you want to be. He's going to hop over to the red buff. He's going to be also burning his flash. Is he going to be able to escape the... And here comes David Lin. Is he going to be able to do anything as well? Greg is picking up that top lane tower. Neko maybe going to look to secure this red buff. He is going to get it. Now there goes the pulverized headbutt onto I Am Broadband from Noob, but he does manage to survive there. Double kill going over to the Draven. That thirst damage is ridiculous. Is he going to get the triple? He is going to get the triple onto that Udyr. And they're going to chase further onto only Jungle Teemo. Only Jungle Teemo in a very bad spot here. Popper OP maybe going to get the kill. And that is Popper OP now going godlike. Crazy Fish, the only one alive at this point. But they are not going to be able to get the kill onto him. But that was 4-0 in favor of Dreamek.
Yeah, and they're going to be looking to actually possibly take an inhibitor tower here, as Neko is pushing that wave in. Poppers is still inside the base, but everyone is now respawned. They do need to be a little bit careful but they're just going to continue being aggressive and try and get this inhibitor. Orianna so close to dying, did use that ultimate.
And Crazy Fish, he wanted McDonald's, he got the burger. However, Popper OP did manage to take down Crazy Fish in return. Neko gonna be the target here from David Lin. David Lin eating a ton of damage from that AP cog. And here comes Josh Kuhn going to throw out the face call. Nautilus picking up the shutdown onto Neko there. Josh Kuhn gonna be the next target for Havoc though. He's gonna be taken very low. David Lin is low as well. I am Broadband looking to maybe get something to go happen here. He gets the shutdown onto Havoc. That was 3-0 in favor of Redshift.
Yeah, that was Redshift taking advantage of the fact that Dreamek stayed around definitely a bit too long. They're going to be going and picking up their second dragon of the game here, so having control over that objective thus far, more so with Dreamek just not having any sort of focus onto the dragon. But here comes Alistair. What's he going to look to do? He is by himself, but the CC's miss, and Alistair should be able to just walk away. Noob just trying to buy time for his team to get there, I think, but they are awfully slow behind him and not exactly on the same page. Kog'Maw wants this kill onto Callista. She should be able to get away. Right now, Dreamek just really strong. Again, despite not giving up both of those dragons, they still have a massive lead, 13,000 gold in their favor, and continuing to just put pressure onto this middle inhibitor tower.
Vision's gonna be eating a ton of damage. Is he gonna go down? Only Jungle People doing quite a bit of damage, and there goes Popper OP going legendary now. Excuse me. And that's gonna be I Am Broadband getting a kill as well. Double kill going over to Popper OP here. They're gonna get the triple onto this Popper OP. No, double kill going over to Draven as well. That's gonna be the ace going in favor of Dreamek.
Yeah, that actually could be the game. They have minions here. They're about to take down this middle inhibitor. And with this wave of minions, they're going to start moving in onto the Nexus turrets. Only Gnar is up to defend. The timers are still really low, though, as people are going to be respawning. Without Draven focusing the tower, I don't know if they're going to have enough to get both of them. However, they're trying to keep Redshift in their base. There's one Nexus tower down. Here comes the rest of the fight, though.
Oh, Crazy Fish going to be hit up by that Dragon. Neko going to be taking a stream, though, forced to use his heal. He's actually going to be able to get out of there just fine. There go the Arcane Barrages coming out of Popper OP. He's trying to take down David Link, but he's not going to be able to do so in time. He's going to be hit up by the Bear Stand, but the burst damage coming out of Popper OP going to be doing quite a bit. Soja picking up the kill there. Fate's Call saving the Nautilus just in the nick of time, and they managed to get the kill onto Sojin as well. Broadband going to be caught up as well. Havoc picking up the kill there onto him. Crazy Fish going to be targeted yet again, and that's going to be Neko going on a rampage, taking up the kill onto that Mega Gnar. Josh Kuhn going to be the next target for Havoc and Popper OP. There's the slow. Are they going to be able to get it? And that's going to be one more Arcane Barrage from Death. And only Jungle Teemo going to be here as well. Popper OP letting the Gragas tank get up for a little bit too long. Only Jungle Teemo going to be eating a bunch of damage as well. And that's going to be Neko picking up the kill. However, there is still Josh Kuhn sitting there in the backside. David Lin and Neko dueling it out. Udyr, you're not going to win the duel against Draven. Draven's just going to stomp all over you, and that's going to be Neko now dominating. Here comes Orianna trying to do the same thing Udyr did. Draven going to get the kill. No, Shutdown actually goes over to the Orianna. Josh Kuhn trying to get the kill onto Popper OP, but Popper OP does manage to secure the kill, going legendary, but is shut down by Crazy Fish on that Mega Gnar.
Oh my goodness, that is just, they're just fighting all over the place. Dreamek just trying to pick up as many kills as they could. They were not able to get that second Nexus tower. It does still stay standing with a little over a quarter of its health left. So the game will continue for now. However, it is looking extremely grim for Redshift, as all Dreamek seems to have to do is just group up one more time, make one last push up into the mid lane. And it looks like they may just be contemplating doing that. Maokai just going to be clearing out this bottom wave, getting that pushing in as well. Only one inner tower is left standing, and that's what Maokai's looking for. But here's the fight in mid.
And that's I Am Broadband going to be taken extremely low here. Havoc instantly picking up the kill after the explosive cast and the barrel picking up I Am Broadband, and they're going to be looking maybe to get only Jungle Teemo. They're going to flash over the wall from Noob. Only Jungle Teemo going to be sent right back towards Havoc. Sojin and Noob are on the other side of the wall. That's not where they want to be. Fate's Call coming out of Callista to save the Nautilus yet again.
Yeah, and Gragas is full AP build.
Oh, and there goes the Pulverize onto the Crazy Fish. And looks like Havoc going to be able to kick him. No, Neko picking up the kill onto Crazy Fish on his own there. David Lin going to be the next target. He's hit up by the headbutt Pulverize on Noob, but they're not going to be able to get him. He manages to get back to his fountain in time. I am Broadband in a very bad spot here. Neko picking up the kill for himself there as well. Now going 12, 5, and 8 on that Draven. This should definitely be the game for Dreamek. 36-14.
Yeah, it's like a shooting gallery inside that fountain.
Neko, no!
Oh, here's the full dive. With that tower down, they just go for the straight up fountain dive. End up going 3 for... Oh my goodness. They still are not going to get the game ended just yet. The dream is alive.
The burst damage coming out of the combination of Gragas and Kog'Maw is really strong. As we can see that Josh Kun just barely surviving every time he even gets near them. But Dreamek getting a little overconfident. Oh, Havoc, he's gonna finally jungle team up. Oh, that was a great Gnar ultimate, sending him right away from his teammate. And that's gonna be the explosive cast going out onto Crazy Fish. There goes the stun away from him as well. Havoc gonna be trying to take him out, but it looks like he's not actually gonna be able to get him. And my voice is dying right now.
Yeah, this is a really crazy ending to this game. There's just been a lot of fighting, a lot of kills going back and forth, and Dreamek just not quite ending the game on a couple of different instances. We are going to be seeing that dragon coming up in about 30 seconds. I don't think it's going to matter. Dreamek really does just have this one in control, and they should be able to finish this off. I mean, we kind of already said they would just be one push away, but that hasn't come true yet. So, let's see.
Okay, what? They're finding Neko, but there goes the twisted advance from Sojin, gonna be locking him up there. Neko should be able to get the kill here. No, Sojin actually picks up the kill there instead. Only jungle team are gonna be sent right back towards Dreamek, and that's gonna be a double kill going over to Sojin. Now Havoc sitting inside Redshift's base, dealing damage to that Nexus, but the inhibitor is respawned.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna mention item builds.
He's gonna be the target here. One more deck. Neko picking up the kill there onto Josh Quick. Only Gnar and Orianna alive at this point. This should be the game for Dreamek here. It looks like they might want to go for some more kills. That's gonna be Iron Broadband taking extremely low, forced back into his fountain. And Neko has some Zonias. Okay.
That's why I said I wasn't going
picking up the double kill in the fountain on that Gnar and Orianna, using the Arcane Barrage to his advantage, and that's going to definitely be the game going into Dreamek. Eventually, they're looking to deal a little bit more damage here. David Lin going to be taking a stream. Oh, but the Nexus dies for game going over to Dreamek, 42-19 at 25 minutes.
Yeah, Dreamek just really in control from the start of this one. Again, they were just roaming around the map so much more efficiently, and they got a lot of early kills, and even on those kills, they had so many more people involved in those kills as opposed to what Redshift was able to do, and just took that early lead, snowballed it very heavily into a huge disparity, finishing the game with almost a 20,000 gold lead at just 25 minutes. Absolutely dominant performance by Dreamek, remaining undefeated in Division A, so they're going to be staying at the top of the standings there. Legendary Threats unfortunately going to have to wait to try and get themselves up into that first slot, as both teams were victorious today. That's going to do it for us here tonight, though, but make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:30 when we will have Oblivion taking on Warriors Anonymous, followed by Team Cave Gaming versus Katsuo. You don't want to miss any of that action. So, one more time for tonight, I'm Tasty Bacon.
And I'm CyberOwl, and don't forget to follow us at TastyBaconLLC and at LawCyberOwl. And if you feel like following our cameraman around, at Caravan Bishop, and don't forget to follow esportshq_LEC squared.
Our VOD cameraman, thank you very much. I am the cameraman for the stream still.
You're a face.
But yeah, definitely head on over to esportshq.com. Check out all the information about the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament and the convention where the semifinals and finals will be held live on site. But until then, have a good night, everyone. We hope to see you tomorrow.